Alright. Hi, guys. Welcome to today's Daily Breather. I'm Sav from the Accidentals, and I'm just here to take 10 minutes out of your day and bring some calmness and some clarity to all of the chaos. Just sort of put it at a standstill and get back centered. So, the very first thing I'm going to do is light a couple candles, and I mistakenly thought this was a lighter for this entire time. So it's actually a tub of rosin, and this is already going great, guys. Let's see. Oh, there it is. So I'm gonna light 2 candles, everybody. And this first one goes to all the people on the front lines, whether that be working in nursing homes or the Postal Service, anybody delivering goods right now, any small businesses that are essential and staying open to help people and keep them safe, all the hospital workers and nurses. There's so many people to list that really could use this light and positivity right now, so please keep them in your thoughts while we keep this candle lit. The second candle I'm going to light is for the people who are really struggling with quarantine, which is to say, I think at this point almost all of us, we're all struggling in different ways, whether it be because we are struggling emotionally or even just mentally trying to wrap our heads around the situation, or we're separated from our families, or there's tension with your quarantine people. I'm thinking about you, and what you're doing is still essential during this time. It's keeping people safe. It's keeping people who are immunosuppressed or immunocompromised or vulnerable protected, and that is why we're doing this. So thank you so much for keeping them in mind and not letting this get the best of you. Thank you for letting your empathy win. So now, I'm going to take a deep breath. You're going to straighten your spine. Straighten your spine, and you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And for me, it kind of helps to put my hand on my stomach sometimes because I'm trying to breathe into my gut more. As a singer, that's what they tell you to do. It's where the most air can come in because your lungs can only hold so much, but your stomach can hold a lot more-ish, you know what I mean? It's just a feeling. So here we go. I'm going to breathe in and count down from 3, and we'll do a deep breath in and out. 3, 2, 1. And out. I was in a drama class for like 5 minutes, and one thing that I learned from there was that there's this really cool technique I learned. Helps put me to sleep, actually. It's you breathe in for 1 second, you hold it for 1 second, you breathe out for 1 second. You do that all the way up to 10 seconds, and then back down. And by the time you're done with that, you are calm. You are very calm. Today I'm really grateful for broad empathy. I think human beings, we are sort of capable of acute compassion. Like if we see that somebody's in trouble, we are definitely willing to go the extra mile to help them, especially if it's like within our vicinity. We know it's the right thing to do. But broad empathy is a harder concept. It's when somebody's not standing in the same room as you and you can't see them hurting or suffering. And it's harder when it's not tangible and not directly in your area of comprehension. And so I'm thankful for people who regularly practice broad empathy and regularly think about people who are suffering. And those people often make and invent amazing things. For instance, let's just talk about soap for one. Soap is like the greatest invention of all time. Because it's wasn't made necessarily to make things convenient. It was made to protect the masses, and it's so cheap. And I don't know, I think it takes broad empathy to come up with a thing like soap, because you have to keep in mind that like it's kind of a humble thing to make, but it changes lives in the mass. And I don't know, maybe I'm just grateful for soap today. broad empathy is a much larger concept, but I'm thankful for it, all of it, needless to say. Somebody asked if I could show the chords. I am on a very uncomfortable couch, but I will do my best. And it finally happened, guys. I hit puberty, so I had to lower the key of the song. It's very embarrassing, and I'm trying not to let it get to me. But the song is one that we wrote together, and it is about empathy and kind of making sure that you're not completely ruled by jealousy, trying to figure out if you have as much as the person next to you. It's more about like making sure that that person has just as much as you do. Yeah, so this song's called Turn the Wheel. I'm going to make all the chords right, because I don't usually play guitar on this. I usually play like mandolin or violin or something. Strangers at the table mad before the feast. Heaven's in the kitchen full of those who've had the least. Can't believe you take to give and then receive. Breeze unfolds the curtains and a hunger pains. You check your neighbor's bowl to see what still remains. That's how it starts. You feed your need for bleeding hearts. It's just an insecurity, it's how you feel. Comparing all your flaws to people's highlight reels. You got your whole life to live without a reason to fear. But you might have less than the person next, so keep it real. Turn the wheel. It's a universal party, it's the same refrain. When everybody's living, no one can complain. It's what I earned. Oh, can you be so unconcerned? 'Cause everybody's saying everything's just fine. The key to staying strong is knowing when to cry when things are bleak. To speak your heart is never weak. It's just an insecurity, it's how you feel. Comparing all your flaws to people's highlight reels. You got your whole life to live without a reason to fear. But you might have less than the person next, so keep it real. Turn the wheel. Give what you take, and we all take a turn, and the wheel will move on when all of us learn to give what you take, and we all take a turn, and the wheel will move on when all of us learn to give what you take, and we all take a turn, and the wheel will move on when all of us learn to give what you take, and we all take a turn, and the wheel will move on when all of us learn to be as open as a tundra sky. And nothing, I have everything, I guess that's why it's nothing new. The key to live and follow through. It's just an insecurity, it's how you feel. Comparing all your flaws to people's highlight reels. You got your whole life to live without a reason to fear that you might have less than the person next, so keep it real. Turn the wheel. Keep it real. Turn the wheel. Cool. I've got a book for y'all today. It's called How Buildings Learn: What Happens After They're Built by Stuart Brand. It's a very big book. I was not really interested in architecture before, I don't know, maybe 2018, 2019. I just kind of like accepted buildings for what they were and didn't think too hard about it. But podcasts like 99% Invisible and people that I know, I have friends in New York. One of them's an architect, and going to the Guggenheim was a big thing because there's such a big backstory behind Frank Lloyd Wright and all of that. And so I got really interested in buildings and what their history is and what they do and how to keep them sort of together. And this book happens to be like the perfect anthology of that. Not only is the diversity of the buildings so expansive, it literally says that it goes from like bungalows to the invention of the Santa Fe style, from low road military surplus buildings to a high road English classic like Chatsworth. It's like very broad ranged topics, and I just love finding out the history behind these buildings and why they were built a certain way and what makes them stable. There might be a metaphor in there somewhere, I don't know. Looking for stability. But anyway, I think it's a really good book. So How Buildings Learn by Stuart Brand is an excellent book. And you can actually, I just got this in the mail from Brilliant Books not too long ago and got the chance to start reading it. So I left a landing page in the description of this video. It's brilliant. It's the Brilliant Books link in the actual description of this video. And what that does is you can click on it and it takes you to this very cool landing page where I just noticed they took like quotes that we were saying about these books from my daily breather and like put them underneath like professional book review quotes. And I'm just like really touched by that for some reason. So definitely check out Brilliant Books. They're our local bookstore and we just love them so much. I just love them so much. So I think that about wraps it up. I want to see what everybody else is up to. So tonight we are doing our infamous gato party, cat party in Spanish. And we are doing it on Patreon for the Lightning and Roses, the Wolves and Cats, and the Nassateers. But what we're doing is we're going to take the first 20 minutes to straighten Michael's hair. We're going to get about 25% of the way through that hair. But then after that, we're going to do like a couple of songs, a couple of stuff that we didn't quite like make it to in our PYPs, maybe even some songs that y'all request if you're on our Patreon. So that's what we're doing tonight. And you can join at patreon.com/theaccidentals. It's a lot like Netflix where like anything that you're comfortable with, like if you find a tier that you're comfortable with, you'll get all the benefits from that. And we started a podcast. We do weekly tour blogs. We edit and make our own videos. We do a throwback album review club and a book club and all kinds of fun stuff. And gato parties where we straighten Michael's hair and do dumb stuff. So check it out, patreon.com/theaccidentals, and that's where we'll be tonight. And then I'm playing D&D after that. So looking forward to it. Thanks for being here. Love all of you guys, and I hope this took a little bit of your day and made it better and brighter. So Katie will see you guys tomorrow, and Michael will see you guys Monday, and then we'll be back together for the Daily Breather series. And we'll be back together recording our record up here in Atticus Blue Studios. I'll see you guys soon. I'm having issues ending the live stream today. Here we go.